We have completed our first random park challenge. Like I say at the beginning of every video, we have picked random dinosaurs, 10 of them to be specific, and now we have all of them. We were only missing the Therizinosaurus and the Giganotosaurus, but we'll see how I've constructed their exhibits in this episode. Here's how our park looks like right now before the bottom layer was completed. It's completely empty, as you can see, and we have a lot of work to do in this video to finish this. By the way, if you've enjoyed this series, like and subscribe for more. I always link the series, well, the playlist for the series at the end of every video, so you can check out this challenge from the very beginning. At the very beginning it was especially difficult because of the money, but again, now we just have so much money that I cannot even spend it, even if I wanted to. I'm creating a sort of... I want the water to continue, but unfortunately you can't do that. And I've completely forgot that I wanted to base the Therizinosaurus exhibit as a sort of swamp, like really watery swamp with a lot of forest. But it turned out really fine. The Therizinosaurus exhibit was the one I placed the log in. I'm placing rocks everywhere, so the river is a little bit more natural. And the idea that I had was that again, the Giganotosaurus, the Therizinosaurus, and the middle hatchery part all share the same river. Unfortunately, as I was saying before, you cannot continue the river outside of the map, so I had to place a bunch of rocks there. And here we have a sort of like a forest dividing the inner area under the log, and we have not an oasis but a glade almost in the middle of the forest for the Therizinosaurus. And later on I have a cool shot. We have double layers of protection against the Therizinosaurus. Kind of a cool idea. But yeah, I had a really cool shot at the very end with the Therizinosaurus next to the logs. But as you can see, this whole middle part is empty. We need to place amenity stuff. We even need more hotels, funnily enough. I thought that 3 small hotels would be enough in that cool resort area that we've constructed and made better in the second episode, but alas, we still need 1 more hotel, but it's fine, we have a lot of space. In fact, yeah, of course, here you want to make your exhibits have different elevations. The only annoying part about this is going through with it with a jeep, and it's not really realistic if you put like a mound or a hill in front of your ground viewing galleries, because gas can still see through it, but it's kind of stupid because obviously you can't in real life. I'm also using dirt to create a sort of illusion that the dinosaurs use this path to go around the exhibit. What I really hate about this game, and it only really occurred to me when I was doing this this park, is when you place vegetation and you place like dirt or rock under it, it's never gonna show, because vegetation has a green color above the dirt and the rock and the sand layer, and I really hate that. I wish you could place whatever under the vegetation, even if it's unrealistic. I'm gonna delete, like I had not a new revision of this exhibit, but I just want to delete the middle part to have that beach as an open area. We also need to create a couple of more Troodons, because they actually started dying out, which makes sense because we made them and accidentally released them in like the very end of the second episode. Funnily enough, the Nigersauruses are still very much alive, even at the end of this episode. They live really for a long time, and they're really space effective too. They just have a shitty appeal rating compared to how much they cost. This middle part. So this is actually not the middle part. This is, if you remember back down, this is the Dryosaurus exhibit and the first Dracorex exhibit. I completely forgot to create the amenity stuff down there, but look, I jump cut it quite late into the video, but I even finished the middle part. place some hotels and placing these rocks at the edge. Basically the whole amenity stuff and the hotel is elevated, kind of like a little fortress. And this is how it looks like. I also had space to place that, whatever it's called, center. It's so huge, it should never be this large. Of course, the game still doesn't provide you with adequate information regarding the colors of your dinosaurs before you create them, so I have to look up a guide, more specifically Emperor Dixon's guide. We had a particularly bad storm just as I was creating the Therizinosaurus. Of course, I didn't release it as a precaution, but we weathered the storm and we got a pretty nice ultra buffed Therizinosaurus. It's green. I shouldn't have released it at night, but it's green with white, yellow stripes.
Just when you think you've seen it all, along comes the Therizinosaurus.
Pretty much the most frightening dinosaur that ever existed, and it doesn't want to go into its exhibit. It almost did right here, like that's where the gate is. Look, right in front of us. I tried sending it, I tried shooting flares, but at the end I just tranquilized it. I don't like transferring dinosaurs straight from the hatchery. Look at this shot. Actually, I had 3 really nice shots on it. 2 of them when it was running, like a pro sniper. I don't like transferring dinosaurs straight from the hatchery because I do love looking at the entrance animations. I selected a Giganotosaurus without the intelligence trait because one of them that I created was intelligent and aggressive, and I don't want it to destroy my jeeps. Funnily enough, it still destroyed my jeep completely. I forgot to finish its exhibit, so I'm just gonna place some forest at the edge so it blends in nicely with the outside. Of course, it doesn't blend in completely because you can't edit the outside. Placing the sparser forest in between so it's a little bit more natural. It has like little, I don't know, like spots of forest. Also the dirt paths again, and a little bit of sand too. It needs a lot of open space, some forest, but it's gonna be more than happy to live in this exhibit. And with this we have finally released our final dinosaur in the park. I forgot to say, but I'm gonna make another episode, a tour of the entire park. So check that out if you can. It's gonna be in the same playlist. This dinosaur actually had a closer entrance to its exhibit, so we didn't need to transfer it. I wanted to go back to it, but I just closed the gate on him, poor guy. But look at this. This is what the guest view. I just had 2 just standard viewing galleries. Nothing fancy, but look at this. Remember, this guy is not aggressive at all. It's kind of stupid that the aggressive trait even exists for this dinosaur, because it's already aggressive even if it's not aggressive. It doesn't really make sense. We're tranquilizing it as it's eating. Luckily it cannot choke on its food, but look at this jeep. It's just completely stuck on the rocks. It takes like 2 minutes for it to despawn essentially. Cannot move it at all. I guess we should have picked the intelligent Giganotosaurus. Look at this awesome shot of the Therizinosaurus from the log viewing gallery. I was actually hunting for a nice shot like this. Just gonna finish up a couple of stuff. Honestly, MVP decoration is this giant decoration light. I really like how it lights up a huge area. I even used it in front of us, in front of the innovation center. But this is our whole park, guys. The lower sections that we just finished today, of course, previous episode yesterday with the thermal Centausaurus, thermal geyser vents, the Dryosaurus exhibit with the gyrosphere. We have the jeep tour through the deep jungle through the Troodon exhibit up to this mountainy alpine area with the Albertosaurus viewing stuff. Our 2 happy Albertosauruses. Of course, in front of us, in the lower section, the Mediterranean desert section, we have the Atrociraptor compound with the abandoned village. The Atrociraptors are here, just going around the river's edge, scouting the area. Our Dimetrodon exhibit with the huge patches of swamp. I guess we did have a swamp exhibit after all. We don't need to create the Therizinosaurus exhibit like that. We also have the Bumpies. Really long living dinosaurs, it seems. I call them Bumpies. I just realized that the Triceratops, I guess, has the nickname Bumpy, but these are bumpier. Our hotel area that we refurbished in the second episode with the zipline. In the next tour episode, we're just gonna ride the zipline as well, but also the Jeep, the thermal large power station on top of the volcano. Our first guest area. And our very first exhibit, the Dracorex exhibit. Honestly, the best dinosaur ever. And of course, the park entrance with the infrastructure stuff is just infrastructure, doesn't really matter. Here's our entire park on the map. Again, if you enjoyed the episode or the series, like and subscribe for more, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.